This is part 3 of the story and the final part. Just a heads up, I may have finally figured out a way to upload videos longer than 15 minutes again. But if the video suddenly cuts out at 15 minutes, then you know I was not successful. So, here we go again with the final part of the story. And then afterwards I'll probably just ramble a little bit until the end of the video. So, let's get started. So I'll start a little bit further back here. However, Logan just went downstairs and saw Stacy crying, so we'll start out there. "Are you okay, Stacy?" he asked, as a silent tear rolled down her cheek. "Would you be okay if you had just read that your father had died?" she said blankly. She let the object she had been turning over in her fingers fall onto the table. It was a little carved stone bear. "You are the hobo's daughter," Logan said in total disbelief. He then remembered the words that the hobo had told him. "I've been searching for my daughter these past few years. I want to see her before I die. When I think I'm getting close to her, something always gets in the way." The young man's heart sank. These words now rang very true. Stacy's father had been so close to finding his daughter, and it had been Logan's good intention in giving the hobo a box of matches, which now had prevented that from ever happening. Logan knew he couldn't blame himself for what had occurred. The old man had said the tobacco was a killer, and it had been pretty much decided by the fire crew that the fire had started from a smoldering cigarette butt. All these factors aside, it made it nonetheless painful for Logan to now tell his boss that he had met her father before his death. Stacy sat quietly, with tears rolling down her cheeks, while Logan relayed the story to her. It seemed unreal to her that this new employee knew more about her father than she ever had. Then something happened in that quiet moment. Once he had finished telling Stacy everything the hobo had told him about his life and how much he had loved and missed his little girl, that hard-nosed, obstinate, demanding young woman melted into Logan's open arms and cried like a baby. Finally, she was at peace, knowing that she had been loved by her pa, which was all she had ever wanted to know. The good intentions of Logan giving a stranger a ride on that hot summer's day had answered a lifetime of questions she never thought she would be answered. Stacy was very grateful for what he had done, and she was going to make sure he was the best darn mechanic in the province. She even said she would overlook him making noise if he had to leave suddenly during the night, as long as he helped her to train towards becoming a volunteer firefighter too. The end. So that story was written by Joy A.S.M.R. Duck, called Fire Bear Redemption. A short story written by her, and that's, it's very cool that she wrote that story, and that I was able to read it. Again, I know I didn't do it justice. I don't know what the words are. I guess have emotion. Maybe that's the best way. Emotion when I'm reading out stories. I do when I read them inside my head, but for some reason, when I read them just, it doesn't come out the same way that it's supposed to, and as it's written. So I apologize for that, and I would like to just once again thank ASMR Duck for writing the story, and it was really cool to read it. I know that she put a lot of thought into writing it, and it was really great, so thank you very much. So now I may just kind of ramble for the rest of this video and see if it will upload or not. Like I said, if it doesn't, then clearly I was still unsuccessful in getting it to work past 15 minutes. So there's been so much stuff in my life that I never really talked about. The last 2 years basically. Whereas when I used to make videos once a week or once every couple of weeks, you guys would always, a lot of you guys would be very interested to know things like what kind of calls I've been on and things like that. And I'm going to go back to talking about that kind of stuff for the most part. I'm just going to kind of forget about all of the smaller things that have happened in the past 2 years. Simply because it would take too long to update on all of that stuff. And who really cares, so. So I'm trying to think of some stuff this past week that has happened at work, specifically. And for the most part, it was a pretty quiet work week. I have court coming up in December, and it'll be the first time that I've actually testified. Assuming it goes ahead, but I'm pretty sure it will. Anytime that I have had court before that, it was always either they pled guilty or got a plea deal or something of that nature. And I'm fairly certain that it'll happen, and I kind of want it to in some ways. I'd like to just get testifying out of the way because there's certain things that you have to say, and there's so many technicalities that it's kind of nerve-wracking. You don't want to screw it up or look like an idiot in front of the judge, because it only takes one time for your reputation to be ruined, and we get the same judges usually, so it's not a very good thing. So my main thing, whether I win or lose the trial, I don't want to look like a complete idiot. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's closer towards Christmas than my first one is, and then after that I've got several trials each month from then on, because usually trials get set for a year and a half after whatever incident it was that happened. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. I think for the most part, I've been necessarily doing anything at all, but just sitting on the couch and just spending time with them, right? And, yeah, I value that time a lot more now that I am older, I guess. And, I mean, who knows, I'm positive I'll one day go back to it, but as of right now, it's not a priority for me. I could actually go tonight and apply again, but I don't think so. Not for now, anyways. So I know that I said that I was going to upload some past videos from when I went to the United States with my dad last summer. Not the summer that just went by, but the summer before. And hopefully I will. It's obviously been a long time coming, and it's been on my phone for forever. And so hopefully one of these videos that I do, I can just kind of ramble about that and talk about that trip, because it was a lot of fun, and it was awesome being able to get to spend some time with my dad. The other problem I have, this is completely random, as is everything that I say in my videos, but the other problem I have with uploading videos now is this phone that I have, the case that I got for it. If I leave the case on and try and do videos, the sound quality is just awful, and so I pop the case off every time I try and make videos. And it's just a huge pain in the butt to try and get that case off and back on again. And I kind of crack it every time, so I think, even though it's a terrible excuse, I think I use that as an excuse sometimes to not make videos now. And it's just an awful excuse. But I mean, I'm doing better than I was in terms of making videos for you guys, and I'm quite shocked that you guys have still stuck around and continue to listen to me, even though I have been gone for long periods of time, and then I come back and then leave again. And I know that would be annoying if I was somebody that liked to watch somebody's videos and they kept on doing that. Kiwi Whispers. Yeah, so anyways, I don't think there's too much more to talk about in terms of what's new this week. Like I said, I'm only going to start from now on talking about what I've gotten up to, like I used to. So I'll start that again in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you again to Joy ASMR Duck for the story. I really appreciate it. It was awesome. Appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate the comments. Even if I can't reply, I'm reading all of them, so I will go. So stay safe, guys.